This is Gareth Hookham. He went from hospitality to top real estate agent by focusing on one thing, and that was serving his clients first.
There's not many industries where someone goes, hey, great, I'm going to take a bit of a flyer with you, and here's the keys to my $1 million property. Now go do your best.
He doesn't fear rejection. He aims to learn from it. He stays professional, he stays involved, and even the listings that get away from you can sometimes find their way back.
Rejection sucks. I want every listing that I go to, but roll up your sleeves and carry on, make them aware that, hey, I'm gutted, I missed out, and I'm here to help still.
In a business where agents focus so much on commission, Gareth has a focus on service. If he does the right thing by his clients, the commissions will follow. This is how he went from new to all-star agent within a short period of time.
Yeah, sure. So like you said, my name's Gareth Hookham. I am working in the Rodney region, focus on, Milldale, Millwater, Orewa, Red Beach areas. My background, I was in hospitality for a long time. I made a little shift a few years ago now, from hospitality into real estate, and just, I guess, after roughly about a year of real estate, went all in on it and decided to make sure that I was completely committed and got completely out of hospitality. Yeah, so we had a number of businesses in the hospitality industry. We had some local restaurant, bar, cafe type setup, and we also had one in Tauranga as well.
Coming from hospitality into real estate, Gareth understood one thing, that if you focus on serving clients, the rest of your business will become successful. And that allowed him, within his first few years, to become one of the best real estate agents in all of Auckland.
So it all came about through that COVID period. Hospitality was pretty impacted. So I wanted to roll the dice on something else. I kind of made the decision that I didn't want to have my income solely reliant on hospitality. It felt very volatile. In fact, it was very volatile. And real estate came about because it felt like a business where I could actually just give it a go. Very low investment level up front. I felt like I could do a course, get some business cards, and give it a go. And I also felt like, hey, after a little while, if it was working, great, I could, look back and go, right, I've made that happen. And if it wasn't working, well, I could obviously reflect and go, well, I made that not work. So it just felt like a really, I'm going to say easy entry to try. Success is different, but trying was easy. Yeah, there was like a little bit of a call it a timing era rather. I had business partners at the time, so it was a shift out of the industry and away from the businesses as I shifted into this new business.
Gareth didn't try to be perfect. He just tried to be useful. By showing up and providing value, he created a pathway for success in year one.
No, I feel like we hit the ground running. It was all pretty quick, and that was like incredible and felt super complicated at the same time. It just happened fast. I think we set this target of, if I sold 8 properties in a year, I was just going to be looking at myself going, well, that was awesome. And I couldn't even tell you what we did. I have no idea what the numbers were because we were just moving at such speed that we were focused on other things like the next listing, the next property, the next person. How do we help that next person into a home that we weren't really focused on what we had done. We just knew that it was going all right. I think I've got a real appreciation for what we do as agents. We get handed the keys to these properties to sell, and these are big assets. And I use the number of $1 million. It feels like it's a big. I know house prices are very different. Some are lower, some are a lot higher. But call it $1 million. But there's not many industries where someone goes, hey, great, I'm going to take a bit of a flyer with you, and here's the keys to my $1 million property. Now go do your best. So I think the background of what I'd done with hospitality, I knew what investment looked like. I knew what risk looked like. So I really appreciated the fact that someone was taking a risk with me and saying, hey, here's this huge investment, please go do your best. And it meant a lot. So I genuinely, it sounds a bit cheesy, but I genuinely absolutely did my best and worked very, very hard for these people. The weight change. So I don't think anything's changed in, excuse me, in the sense of, call it the way it feels, the privilege that we have to sell these homes. I still take it very seriously, like, and it's something that, I'm very lucky that now we've got a team around, well, I've got a team around me. And that's really important to them as well. We've ensured that we install that with everybody. And to be honest, again, lucky because I think these people have come with that value as well. So that's made it nice and simple. The only difference now is, how we operate. It's all around keeping me selling. Like we've got that support system there and everyone's focus is around keep Gareth selling homes. So that's really the difference. Rather than me doing lots of little jobs, I'm a lot more laser eye, a lot more focused on what my core functions are. So, myself, 3 selling agents, and 2 administration supports, operation administration. Yeah, I think the one thing with real estate from the outside looking in at other people's business and I guess critiquing is they don't look at it like a business. I think I was lucky that I ran small business and that's genuinely what we are. We are small business. So having a bit of a plan, like, if you want to take on a administrative support, it's a great move, 100%. Like, go do it, but have a plan around that. What are their tasks? What are your tasks going to be? And actually formulating a bit of strategy around what you're actually trying to achieve by taking that person on. And just finding people that fit your skill set. Like, you don't have to be the best at everything. In fact, you won't be. But finding people who complement your skill sets. I'm really good at certain things and really average, at other things. And I'd like to think I've filled those people around me to complement what I'm not as good at to boost me up. Yeah, sure. So again, I was quite lucky. I had my wife there, who was able to come on in that support system. And she really got that role established and set up. And then, we did take someone on full time, call it on top of that. And she sort of removed herself a little bit from the business. She's still in the business, but it's more of I guess it's more of a part-time role. She'll kill me for saying this, but more of a part-time role, a really important part of the business, but, the hours are a little more flexible and fluid. Whereas the administrative support, who's now probably more operational than anything, has gone in absolutely full time. I don't think she would be able to do her role in a part-time position. But I don't think there's any, I don't know, everyone has a different model. Everyone has different, goals to achieve or wherever they're trying to head towards. And only that person will know whether someone can do it part-time or full-time. For us, it was a bit of a no-brainer. Whoever did it had to be full-time.
Rejection hits every agent. But Gareth's response is to just take it on board and learn from it. And even the listings that can get away from you can sometimes come back.
Yeah, sure. So look, I did feel like the rejection piece came to me late on. Excuse me. So I actually don't feel like I really faced rejection until I got a little bit more established. So in those early stages, surprisingly, I probably faced less rejection than I do now. But I also speak to so many people that's naturally just going to be part of it. Rejection sucks. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, I don't want to lose business. I don't want to miss out on a sale. Like, I don't want to have a property next door to my property sell and know that buyer's been through my property, but they've bought the one next door. And I just had this conversation with a seller, like, that is hard for everybody, hard for them. I feel it. I don't want that to happen. I want every listing that I go to. But you just, roll up your sleeves and carry on, like make them aware that, hey, I'm gutted I missed out and I'm here to help still. And we have had a lot of phone calls of properties that we've missed out. We've got one launching, just as an example, we've got one launching where we had the house listed. We didn't sell the house. They went with another agent. They hadn't sold the house and we've got that call back and we are going to list it. And the conversation we've had with them is, he may even see this. He was like, man, we are with you till the end until we sell. He's like, we know if we had just stuck with you, we would have probably sold by now. So that's a nice feeling, like I hated losing that listing because it was a great house, but they were genuinely really cool people and I want to help them with that sale process. But they knew that I was here and I stayed in contact and it wasn't salesy. I just was checking in with them. So it's nice. It does come back. Yeah, yeah, and look, I guess that's the hard thing is, like you say, the rejection. It's not natural to be okay with rejection, but you kind of just have to move past and just see it as business is business. Like every successful business has fans. It has people that follow it and have fans, and then there's a group that don't follow and fans. Like we had some technical issues, just getting this set up, and it was like, like most of the people you've dealt with before is Apple, and I've got Android, and I love Android, but then there's other people that love Apple. They can both operate, they can both be successful in their own industry, but yeah, it's okay. Rejection's fine. It is what it is. Don't take it personal. Move on. Say thanks. Be respectful. Be there for them. Check in with them.
Short-term thinking can often burn agents out. Gareth has a long-term view on everything that he does. Be's useful, adds value, and thinks if he can continue a relationship for a long enough period of time, he knows that he'll eventually be able to service that person.
Yeah, look, surrounding yourself with people who are a positive impact on you is important. Like I mentioned before, I'm hugely lucky. Like my wife, she can be that person that I can lean on. Excuse me, with the tough times. She wears my weight at times. I've just engaged with a mentor as well, a real estate mentor. I've really struggled with it as well, finding that person, finding that right person. Um, yeah, so I think just giving yourself the tools that you need, if it's like Instagram, for example, that you're trolling through and you're looking at stuff, like just unfollow that shit. Like if it's negative, just get it gone. Like don't fill up your feed with BS that doesn't matter. Like who cares? Yeah, so just, I don't know, just figure it out, work on it, and just do stuff that helps. What works for one person might not work for you, but give things a go and just surround yourself with stuff that's going to help you and people that are going to help you. Look, we've always got things planned. We're always working on, how we grow the business, but for us, it's how do we be better with our little business. We sort of focus on, a lot of people focus on sales and whatnot, which don't get me wrong, like I want that. But we're focusing on other things. And I think if we focus there, the sales, the listings will actually follow through. I guess I take that learning from back with hospitality. If you focus on profit, it won't come. But if in hospitality, if you focused on the customer, the profit would just follow through. So taking a similar mindset into real estate, we focus on trying to deliver a great result, do the right thing by our community, do the right thing by our people, and then look, hopefully the phone rings and we get the listings.
Gareth is constantly working on himself, whether it's his environment, his habits, or his business. When the leader levels up, naturally the business